Hi, and welcome to Teletalk. I'm Liv.
And I'm Ben.
And on this episode, you'll hear our carefully considered and not at all random thoughts on a show we like. There will be spoilers.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and we're giving ourselves an age rating of 15 and above, but you're welcome to make up your own minds. Listener discretion is advised.
Turns out, this is not the penultimate episode.
No. I mean, it looks like there's going to be 25 episodes, but who knows?
We don't know at this point now.
We don't get screeners or anything. We're just doing it straight off of the proper broadcast. Yeah, so episode 25 appeared on the listings.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they're going 50 long. I don't know.
We will see, I guess.
So,
We'll keep going for as long as they keep going. This season.
God,
we will review after.
I was going to say, don't say that. I mean, they could be going until like season 50.
Yeah.
We've reached the centre of the earth.
I will definitely be done by then.
We pushed it out and it fell into Mars. We're going to Mars, boys.
Anyway, this is season 13.
Yep.
Episode 21.
Oh, you were so close. No.
3.
Yay! Oh, I was so impressed there for a minute, Lev.
I got the season right.
You did. Well done. Do you remember the name of the episode? This should be good.
Well, they travel, don't they?
They do.
So, no, I don't remember.
It's called Island Hopping.
Right, yeah. I could remember the one about gold, but that's the extra one that's popped up.
Yeah, pure gold.
We can see that it's there, and we can see what it's called, and that's it.
Yes. I did manage to rustle up the episode description for that one, and it does seem a little bit naughty with the wording. They find treasured items in the money pit.
Yeah. A rock.
You know, to be fair, the amount of things that Rick treasures, I mean, some sand. Anyway, this episode will start as we always do in the money... Wait! We can't start in the money pit because they do jack all in the money pit.
That's not true.
What do they...
All of the 3 drilling firms that are involved are making something so that they can do a big dig.
They're laying like a stone gravel
What it looked
bed.
like to me was that they were adding more backfill that's going to clog up the drill bit.
They were sabotaging.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're going to have to find a way to drag this on till next season. So just put like titanium rocks in there.
Put our own stuff in there for us to then find.
Did they show us a video of them there, like planting evidence? More wood all of the time. I don't know. Those rocks look pretty treasured to me. But okay, so yes, technically there was some money pit, but they didn't do any drilling.
Than last week's money pit. So there is that.
Wow, it's come to that where just showing them throwing some rocks on the ground was more entertaining.
They were pushing them round with a big digger. That was quite interesting.
Heaven knows we're starved for big diggers on Oak Island. Do you think we ought to tackle the Azores up front?
All right.
Yeah. They go to the Azores. They soars to the Azores. Like, notable for its windiness and rockiness. Hey, Liv.
I mean...
Those cutaway shots of them, like, over the top of what was definitely not, like I said, a lovely resort island in, like, tropical and quite nice. It looked more like a windswept, desolate rock, didn't it?
It was more built up than I expected.
With a resort.
Yeah. But, you know, there were lots of buildings. It looked super duper hot.
Did it in fact look quite lush?
As
the description said.
Well, we were mostly in the town, weren't we? Apart from when we were looking at walls, and there were some trees behind the walls.
Right. And in the walls, as it goes. So yeah, good time. So I wasn't looking forward to this. How were you? Were you looking forward to this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to walk us through what happened?
Well, the thing is, I was quite keen to find out more about the Azores, and what we mainly found out about was stuff. So
this is what happens when I let you run the show, isn't it?
No.
We learn about stuff, everyone.
Well, they showed them some bits and bobs. It was nothing grand, I don't think. And then they sit down at a table, and what's his name gets out a load of stuff that they've brought with
Doug
them.
Kroll.
Right.
In his lovely purple paper bags.
Don't know. And he hands it over to the main guy that they're talking to.
Local archaeologist Tiago Rodriguez.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Oh,
could
wow.
be.
He was a little bit more with the square-headed ship decking nail.
Yeah, well, he was like, this is definitely from a ship.
I've seen loads of them on Portuguese ships.
Yeah.
I'm claiming that one.
And then he got really excited with the Pit Blado coin.
The one thing that is in no way provable to be from the island.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, Portuguese coin. Very exciting. Maybe there could be more of them there. That would make it a treasure.
Mm.
I thought it was really interesting because we initially meet Francisco Noguera, which is their sort of like local historian, their sort of guide, their contact on the island that's sort of consistent across the various people. And he links them to a local historian whose name I didn't get, but was it's sort of like their church guy. And he doesn't really give them anything useful, but they do invite him to the island, which they don't do for anyone else. I'm like, what's special about him?
He's halfway there already.
I mean, technically, so is the historian guy, and he was much more useful to them. They were like, no invite for you, Sonny Jim. We've had your use. And they go on about goose feet a lot, which was not something that I was expecting on an episode of Oak Island. Because they're like, oh yeah, the 3 lines that come together, that's goose feet. Because Corey and Mole's like, I've seen them in the corner of this church we're in, and we've seen those on the island. Proof.
And they were like, we've also seen them near the island. Did you notice that?
I saw, yes. Now that you mention it, I did, but I had when you put it in those terms, it does sound faintly ridiculous. We've seen them near the island, boys. I'd love to know what their definition of near.
I know.
It's an island. I mean, although as we've established, not an island anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's an outcrop now.
The curse of Oak Outcrop doesn't really have the same kick to it, does it? The Oak Outcrop mystery. But what I found moderately infuriating, and this goes up with like this seems to be a thing with Alex Lagina at the moment. But like, so they stood all around in this church. And the historian guy and Francisco Noguera are sort of there as their local experts. But what actually happens is that Alex Lagina lectures them about their own stuff. But I was just like, come on now. You've gone to them, and they're supposed to be telling you about stuff, and actually you've just stood there lecturing them.
Do you think it's because they know it all already? Because they've probably said it 5 million times, whatever?
I mean, it might have been that they had... Like, they filmed it and you had the local historian and that telling them stuff. And then they also have stuff as a backup of the Oak Island guys telling them stuff. And then the production team cuts in whichever seems the best.
Yeah. It's also like an executive summary almost, isn't it? Where he's like, this is what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That wasn't the attitude. It was very much, I'm telling you what is happening was the attitude that came across to me. I don't know. It just felt a bit like... left a bad taste in the mouth.
I think for me, it's fine because I interpret it that he is explaining what he knows so that if he's wrong or there are any gaps or the next bit, they can just go to those bits that he doesn't know.
Yeah, fair.
Rather than starting from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So that's how, I don't have a problem with it.
You saw it more generously than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they decamp, as you said, to go and look at some Portuguese walls. Because they got a shitload of them in the jungle,
I found
forest.
interesting about this is that they were going, yeah, your wall is definitely like our wall. And then there was a hint that there might be treasure in the wall.
Really?
I thought so, and I'm thinking you need to deconstruct that wall.
Dynamite it, see if there's anything in there.
Yeah, like,
Imagine.
You've just been walking around it all these years, but that's where it is.
Never mind all of this boulder dash, it's in the walls, man.
Yeah.
What I found fascinating was that it's sort of like a filled wall. They've got outer wall and they've got rubble in the middle.
Yeah.
And because they are big fat walls.
Yeah. Loads of space for treasure.
And they sort of look like they've been made in, like, used to fashion buildings in this site on the Azores, weren't they? Because they're all in those sort of typical square setups and everything, whereas the one on Okan just is a bit of wall. I enjoyed a quote where they said, the people who built these seem to have the same understanding of how walls function as the ones on Okan. I'm like, how does one get more fairly complex into how walls function?
But you know that they meant how it was made.
Yeah, but that's not what they said.
I know it's not what they said.
And what they said was way funnier. So how does a wall function, Liv?
Well, it keeps things in or out. If it joins up, which the one on Oak Island does not.
Otherwise, it just mildly inconveniences.
Yeah.
Or does it, in fact, store treasure?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it actually a vault?
Well, exactly.
Maybe that's what they're alluding to, and I'm the idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you made me write a note for
Did I?
the walls, because we see some
some
sepia tone flashback footage
of the Oak Island.
The Oak Island wall, and what do we get to see?
Ancient Sharpie.
Yeah, a lovely battered old Sharpie on the wall that they've plainly forgotten to remove. Your dad always loves that, doesn't he?
Yeah, I got a bit distracted.
Imagine.
Because I was thinking about the Sharpie.
Oh
and
my
I was
God,
wondering
I'm looking forward to this.
How Sharpies got the name Sharpie. Because they're quite soft. And they're not sharp at all. And wouldn't they have been better calling them something like Markies? Because they mark.
Maybe they were made originally by a company called Sharp, and they got the nickname Sharpies, and they just kind of adopted
But you're
the
making
nickname.
that up.
I am. But you asked, and I went, maybe it's that.
Yeah, but
I feel like we could probably have solved this question with a bit of cursory Googling.
Don't you think Markies would be a better name than Sharpies?
No, they're called Sharpies. That's all I can think of them as now.
I think Markies would be better, because they're permanent markers.
Mm-hmm.
I might start a petition.
Good luck with that. If you could just, if you could invest loads more money in rebranding your already fully established and well-recognised pen name, please.
Oh, okay. Competitor idea.
Okay, so you're just going to take a pen called a Sharpie, rub off the word Sharpie and write Marky on it and go, new and original idea.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
New and improved.
I mean, that is just admitting to your crime. So, you shouldn't really admit to your crime in your marketing.
Okay. Improved design on the market leader?
No, because again, you're still clearly communicating that you have taken their design and just adapted it slightly.
Do you think?
Improved. Unique, not the same. Very clearly not the same is what you should be communicating. Not, you see that pen? We added a different name.
Completely different and better.
There we go. Yes.
Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's much better.
Completely different
Yes.
and better.
You would be bad at marketing.
Okay.
You would be in jail so quickly. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 Sharpies.
Well, I've learnt something this episode.
I've learned not to go into business with you. Oh, you see, it's like McDonald's, except it's got a different name. And we'll call it New Donald's.
Isn't that like every other fast food restaurant?
Yeah, but we're not the same. But you didn't do the we're not the same. You just went we're the same but better.
I see the difference.
So will the lawyers. Where were it's the ancient Sharpie. Nothing particularly exciting. He really is excited by the deck spine. Bit of new information about the hand cannon that they hadn't revealed.
The XRF information.
Yeah, it had sulfur in it, which meant it had been fired.
Right. Isn't this the sort of information that would be interesting for Emma to tell us?
I mean,
Did Emma tell us? No.
Unless, to be fair, they cut it. Why they would cut it, I don't know. But you're like, oh, so when I'm having to go at Alex Lagina, it's like, oh no, it's fine. You know, it could be any one of these things. When there's a chance to pile on Emma Culligan, you are like, no, she's shit.
Does she even know that high sulfur means that it's been fired?
I don't know.
Or does she not know that?
Why don't you...
Are there gaps in her knowledge?
Why don't you send her an aggressively worded question about it, possibly pasted bits of newspaper letters or something, just to really drive home the question?
No.
No, okay.
I'm happy just moaning about it.
I wonder if we could find her email. I mean, we've established they probably listen, right? So yeah, I was going, oh, that's actually really cool to find out that it's been fired. And you're like, Emma Culligan! Ah! Ah! Also, Carmen Legg never said anything about that either.
But he might not have had the XRF.
You see, Carmen can do no wrong. Emma, he was probably led astray by that Emma Culligan. This is just basically an elaborate hit piece. It's going to turn out that you've got beef with her from years ago, like you went to uni together or something.
No, they might have just kept it so that he had something interesting to say, because it was interesting.
Yeah, and they're like, we can't have your big thing to be the deck spike.
Or the Pit Blado coin, because that's not us.
Yeah.
We have to give that back.
Yes. Although I did think it was interesting that they had that Lot 8 copper artifact that had wibbly bits on. I do not remember that at all. Because they were comparing it to a slightly wibbly bit on another carving. And they were like, see, Templar. It clearly links all of that and some manuscript in Reykjavik we went to see a while back. And I'm like, I don't know if you can say that definitively proves there's a link, because it's just a little curly bit of drawing. Like, that's hardly unique.
But is it, if you're talking about stone?
Well, it's not just stone that they're talking about.
What are they talking about?
Copper, stone, and paper.
Okay, paper, easy. You know, you can make a squiggle. But the other stuff, you kind of have to put some effort in. And you're not going to put effort in if it's not for something. So maybe it is more of a link.
Maybe. They were declaring it as unshakable, absolute proof of a clear link between these three things. And I'm like...
And when you say they...
Corey and Moll.
Oh.
Yeah. It was Corey and Moll declaring it, mainly because he did all the research.
Right, okay.
But yeah, he was very clearly... I noted it. I was like, wow, that is confident and absolute and boring, apparently. So yeah, that was the Azores trip on the episode not called Road Trip. Although I guess it's not a road trip because they fly. You can't take the road trip to an island in the middle of the sea.
That is true.
Unless it's Oak Island, but that would have to be a hell of a causeway to get to the Azores. So, yeah. I'm guessing it's called island hopping because we go back and forth between Oak Island and the Azores. Also,
the Azores is made up of multiple islands, and they did say a few times that they were on this one, now they're on this one.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I mean, to be fair, not the worst name for an episode they've ever had.
It's just coming straight off the back of Road Trip. It is a bit confusing.
It is, but that's the naming on Oak Island episodes. I don't think they put that much thought into it. Get the intern to do it. So I've got two options for you. We've got two more subjects, so you can pick which goes next. You can have Balderdash or the Centre Road.
Right. Riveting choices.
I know.
I'm going to go with Balderdash.
You've really cooled on Balderdash, haven't you?
Have I?
Well, you used to be well into it, and now you're like, well, these riveting choices, ugh. You basically went, I guess I'll do Balderdash.
Well, they did want to dig it, and I wanted them to dig it, and they have now dug it. So, there is that.
Dunzo. I took the opening part of this as very much further corroborating my whole Marty and Laird have beef thing. Because Marty's sat there in his backhoe going, it'd be really helpful if you could just find an artifact, Laird. And Laird's like, yeah, that's kind of the idea. And while he's doing the digging and everything, Laird and Fiona look miserable. Didn't you think?
They did look a bit, yeah. But then Marty finds bedrock really high up, which is common for this part of the island. And it's noted in a little diagram that they show us that there is no bedrock in the cradle.
Not that they've got to yet.
So what have they been doing? I told you he wasn't at the end. He's saying, this is virgin soil, it's all done, there's nothing here. You haven't even tried.
Well, to be fair, what he said was, we've got to, whatever they called it, basically virgin soil. So from an archaeological perspective, they have reached as far as they need to.
No, he's wrong though.
Is he though? Because
He's
what if they go
bloody wrong.
What if they go 3 inches deeper and they've hit bedrock?
Then he can be right. But he's not right yet.
Wow, you are fully Team Marty.
I'm so cross.
You cannot see her, listeners, but she is raging in a way that makes my husband's senses concerned. Just to be fair, just be aware, I'm not Laird.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to take it out
No,
on
I'm
me.
cross with Laird.
I
and
am
his
Team
arrogance.
Which is
God's
rich.
sake.
Which is rich coming from the person that's aligned with Marty.
What?
I've got a backhoe and I'm on my own, so I'm going to hoe some back.
He's just discovered more than they have.
No, he's discovered bedrock.
Yes. Which means the cradle cuts through
well,
bedrock.
hang on. You're saying that him discovering bedrock is more than they, as archaeologists, have discovered on the Boulder Dash.
Yeah.
They discovered mortar-like cement substance.
No, Rick discovered that.
No, he didn't. They dug it out, and then Rick climbed down and went, yeah, you're right.
No,
Yes.
we went through this. I won. Don't you remember?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. You had to rewatch it and you were proven wrong.
They found a slate layer, they found rock and soil, and they found the virgin soil at the bottom. Also, I hate to break it to you, but Laird found the whole thing. He found the giant boulder.
Oh, good. He noticed a boulder sticking out of the ground. Well done, Laird.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Laird and co found those rocks that it was nestled on as well. And Fiona was... Oh, no. I was going to say, technically, Peter Finetti was in charge of the camera when they found the pearl and the gold and that tool. You know, the ones that they've totally archived ready for later. Yeah, so they think that this supports the idea that it's a shaft, and all of the animations show a massive shaft about an inch below where they're digging. So do you reckon Marty's going to get his way and proper drill that?
I don't know if that's what he wants to do, but it makes sense from my perspective to just stick a drill down.
Okay. Good. So that's
They're
your...
probably going to want to do it with hand tools and brushes and stuff.
Yes, to be fair, Fiona did say we've certainly got to take this slowly and carefully. We've got a lot
God's
more work,
sake!
a lot more work to do here.
Just get on with it.
No, because they've got to really eke out their jobs, right? They're like, we want to be paid some good money.
I'm going off, archaeologists. Right, what's the
I
next
wanted
bit?
to be an archaeologist.
Yeah, well, you didn't. So that's good.
Okay.
Well done, good choice.
It wasn't my choice. The economy was such there weren't any jobs. Anywho, there, but for the grace of God, I could have been the archaeologist on Oak Island going, yep, Marty, you can't drill here. And he'd be like, I can. I'll be like, yes, sir. The centre road for our big finale. So there, in case anyone isn't aware, they found a sandy rock road that's different to the other rock roads. And now their theory is that it predates the centre road. And
Yeah,
is
but we
actually
talked about
under it.
that last episode.
Oh, okay. Well, they're going to cross-section it. Cross-cut. But they're not, though, because they only dig right up to the edge of the road, because they don't want to muff up their nice road.
Well, and also, how are they going to get all the diggers back?
No, that's true. I mean, they cut themselves off.
Like rock drilling, be like, what have you done?
Oh, no!
We cannot get our equipment back.
I assumed that was going to be the reason that they were going to have to delay it till next season. I'm still waiting for them to do the big honeycomb drilling for caissons that they said they were going to do.
Nah, they're not doing
We knew they weren't going to do that, because then that would solve whether there was anything there or not.
There's too many cave-ins of their own stuff.
That's true. That is true. You'd get about 3 in and it would all just collapse in on itself.
Yeah. They should have just invested and kept the caissons in where they've dug them.
Well, they have, but then they just filled it with backfill.
No, they take the casings out. Hence, the backfill goes everywhere.
Although you do have to be careful with that, because when Dan Blankenship was diving in 10X, the caisson collapsed in and he only just escaped before it crumpled in. So
I'm not saying they don't backfill it, maybe, but keep the caisson in. I don't know.
Hey,
anyway,
do you know what would solve being able to drill this? A big old bit of metal in there as well. Just really mix it up. Chuck a few cars
apparently
down
gravel is the biggest challenge. So
yeah, well, you know. Anywho, I noticed. I don't know if you did, but you know how normally they're really careful with the digger and everything. I mean, it gives it a wide berth, and Billy absolutely almost beans Scott, the project manager, over the head. He's spinning it around, and Scott's trying to step in, and he has to duck out of the way of the...
Well, stand back.
I know.
Oh my God. You have to be responsible for yourself.
Honestly, there was about an inch difference between him getting beamed and finally them claiming the 7th life. I was like, what an ignominious...
Treasure!
Actually, on that note, I just want to take a moment because I realised Charles Barkhouse has sort of revealed that over the course of this season he was in treatment for thyroid cancer. He'd been... it's quite interesting. He'd been doing a tour of the island, as he does. He tours people around the island. And at the end of it, a lady came up to him and he thought to ask a question. And she said, well, I'm a doctor. Can I just touch your neck? Which I imagine isn't a normal query you get.
No.
And she suggested that he go and got checked. And he got checked. And it turned out he had thyroid cancer and he was in treatment. And he's just announced that he's in remission and is through it and stuff like that, which is really nice. And I was thinking, one, I feel like a bit of a dick for saying he looked like shit for a lot of this season, so sorry about that. But two, on a slightly more frivolous note, does that sort of technically mean that the island is now...
No.
Needs two more? Because it saved a life, right? Because he was doing a tour around the island, so if it wasn't for the island, he might not be here. So technically, is that a -1 to the deaths on the island? So is it now 2 must die?
Or does one good deed from the island counteract the curse?
I don't think that's how curses work, is it?
They've got to end somehow.
Well, traditionally, it's they're very clear about how it ends, Liv. They say 7 must die.
Yeah, but if it's been reversed, then 7 don't have to die. We're all good. Quitsies.
I suppose it depends on your interpretation. I mean, it's just a question, you know. I mean, to be fair, the island had a good digger had a good go at taking Scott out, so
yeah, because they have to die in pursuit of the treasure.
Yeah,
they can't just die because they worked on it for so long that they got too old and then died.
Yeah, because otherwise, Blankenship, Nolan, etc. Yeah, I mean, imagine like in pursuit of a sandy road and you get beamed up the head by a digger and that's it. Not the most. I'm glad he was fine, but really everyone should be wearing hard hats.
And standing back.
Yes, and not going anywhere near the digger as it swings about the place.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the most exciting thing that happened all episode. And unsurprisingly, they complain a lot about how it's very difficult to tell because of all the contamination from the modern road building. And they're like, it's all right. We've got a new plan. We're going to move. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe they move like several yards up the road. And I'm like, okay, why is that better?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, they didn't want to move everything too far.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, why is this bit going to be better? But apparently it is, because they dig a huge bit and went, there's some sand there. And they declare the road solved. This pre-existed the survey, and Marty says, I'm confident that we have more or less solved that, or more or less proved it. So that's all that it takes on Oak Island. They saw some sand. That's more or less proved. Next week they'll be going, we have definitively proved.
The thing is, though, they will say things and then they backpedal.
Or just pretend they never happened.
Yeah, so the fact that he's willing to say we've pretty much solved that. Great, done. Tick it off, we're all good.
Yeah, in the same way that we have definitively linked Oak Island and the Azores and Reykjavik irrefutably with squiggles.
I mean, they are all linked. Like, I could just tell you that, right?
They're on the planet Earth.
Yeah, and it's a widely used shipping route, so why wouldn't they be linked?
Also, they've all appeared on the History Channel show The Curse of Oak Island.
Yes,
So,
now they're linked.
yes. Your chair is
Sorry.
massively creakier than...
It's because I keep moving.
Liv's got a new chair. And
I
it's
like
very...
it.
Yeah, well, as I can tell by how much you're fidgeting in it.
Well, not my fault.
Is it not?
No.
Okay, fair enough. But that was Oak Island. That was this episode.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else I've forgotten, which seems unlikely.
Yeah.
So, what did you make of it?
Well, it wasn't the best.
No.
It really wasn't the best.
So what, only a 7 out of 10 for you?
No, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.
The lowest score ever. So, wow. That's effectively a 0 out of 5 for you. No stars. Would not recommend.
I'm now contemplating a 4.
Oh my lord.
Which
You've
would be
broken
like a
your own
minus
thing.
1.
Yeah. 4.5? I mean, why? If you're going to...
Alright, no, I'm going to stick with 5, but I am disappointed. Come on, guys.
Yeah, like, Well, to be fair, they've promised us treasured artifacts.
It's a bit like chocolate flavour. I don't want it. I want actual chocolate.
Although Cadbury's in the UK is more chocolate flavour now rather than chocolate, isn't it? Stupid American companies buying up our institutions and ruining them.
Yeah. I've moved on to Galaxy.
I would rate Cadbury's now minus 100 out of 7. And if anything, that's generous.
Yeah. What are you rating?
I am rating this a solid 0. 0 links to anything in the world ever out of 7.
Okay.
Nil point.
That is the lowest score you've ever given.
It is the lowest score possible because I refuse to go to negative. You wait till next week and they deliver an even worse dud. I mean, yeah, there wasn't even like that much fun stuff to redeem it this week. It was just like Alex lectures people about their own history and Marty declares something solved and someone almost died. And not in a fun way, though. Like, if that had been a diver almost diving down a caisson,
some jeopardy.
That would have been like 7 out of 7. This is white knuckle thrill ride.
Yeah.
But no. Don't just like start swinging a digger at people and hope I'll be like, oh, it's risky. And on that note, that's all, folks. If you do have time, please do rate and review us on your podcast platform of choice. We'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you for at least another couple of episodes of The Curse of Oak Island. The cursening.
Brilliant. We will see you next time. Bye.
Toodles!